Hi team, welcome to this segment of Team Member Spotlight, and you're in for a real treat today. I've got Dwaina Humphries with me. Dwaina, please tell everybody what your title is.
It is Senior Credentialing and QA Coordinator.
Yeah, she had to think about that.
Yeah, I did.
Some of these titles are new, so she had to think it out. Dwaina, welcome to Team Member Spotlight. This is an opportunity for the team to get to know you, learn a little bit about you. So we're going to get started and jump into some questions, okay?
Okay.
So first, I want you to talk to us about your career journey. What does that look like, and how did you end up back here?
Okay. Well, it's a long story. It's been over 30 years.
Woo!
So I first started out after I graduated from college in the library, a medical library in a small hospital in North Carolina in the mountains. And after about 9 years or so, the Healthcare Quality Improvement Act became around.
Yeah.
And they had to start the NPDB.
Mm-hmm.
So the person that was over quality assurance back then in that hospital knew that I was in the library and I could organize things fairly well. So
They
she
pulled
said,
you out.
"Yeah, we got this big thing that's coming from the government, so we need you to help us." So I said, "Okay." Didn't know anything about anything, and as normal, you know, most of the people in this
We kind of fall into it.
yeah, we just fall into it. So one thing led to another. I went to the state association meetings and got education pretty much that way.
Yeah.
And then it grew from there, and I wanted to be a little bit moved to a bigger area.
Okay.
So I heard of a job here in Charlotte at what was then Carolina's Healthcare.
Yeah.
And so I moved in the medical staff office there. And then I eventually heard of a different hospital here, Novant.
Yeah.
Then I came over here in the Presbyterian medical staff office. And then after about, I can't remember, two or 3 years, Sharon Humphries approached me and said, "We want to start a CVO."
Yeah.
So I helped her start the CVO, which is now the CMSO, the central
pioneers.
office.
This pioneer right here.
And then after, I don't know, about 6 or 8 years doing that, I just kind of felt stagnated, and things weren't going the directions that I felt like they should go.
Yeah.
So I started looking elsewhere, and the credentialing, the person that does the consulting for the credentialing program that we have, ECHO, approached me and said, "We got a job there."
Mm-hmm.
So I said, "Okay, I'll try it. I'll just go out for it, and if I don't get it, I don't get it." But apparently I got it.
It was an easy
They liked
fit.
me.
It made sense. Yeah.
Yeah, so I went to Credential Stream, or Verity Stream, and was a consultant for the implementations to Credential Stream, which is hopefully what we're going to go with
Yes,
here.
that's next for us.
And after about 3 years there, they decided that the implementations were going into a different direction and they didn't need my exact position. So I was let go there. And Tamika found out and said, "You can come back."
Come home. We left the light on for you.
Yes.
Well, we are so glad to have you back here. And you are with the Training and Quality Assurance team, working with Wendy Ledbetter and Helen Coleman. So it was great. It was perfect timing for us because, like you said, we are going to be transitioning from ECHO to the newest product, which is Credential Stream. And so we've got the expert right here. How lucky are we? So Dwaina, thanks for talking about your career journey. I want to know throughout those years, who has been most influential in your life, in your career, and why?
Okay. I guess the person that jumps out ahead of me, the first all is Mary Lee Watkins. She was the director of the medical staff services at Carolina's Healthcare at the time.
Okay.
And she was influential in the state association and the national association too. And she just was really a good leader. She really led everybody and made you feel comfortable and didn't demean you if you wanted to ask questions. And helped explain things, explain the process, and introduced you to all the medical staff officers and stuff like that. And
Yeah.
she was a real good friend.
I love it. I love it. Do you still keep in contact?
She is on Facebook, but she's not very active.
So
But,
not social media.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. So tell me about what work-life balance looks like for Dwaina. What does it look like in your day?
Well, most of the time I work from home. My husband's a teacher, so in the summer he's home. Sometimes that can get on people's nerves. However, in our household, it's not that bad.
Okay, so you work well together.
Yeah, we work well together. And whenever the pandemic hit, he was working from home too. So I got this thing that where I printed out my schedule of all the meetings and stuff that I had, and just put it on my door. We've got separate offices.
Okay.
And I put it on my door, and that way he knows when
knows
not
your
to
schedule.
bother you, and when I,
Yeah.
when he can come in and when he can't. So.
Gotcha.
And it's a pretty standard thing. I always start at one time and end at one time. Try to, no matter what, unless there's obviously at times there's things
Unless
that you
state
gotta
shows up.
yeah. Or whenever I was at Credential Stream, I had a meeting at 8:00 at night for a Hawaii implementation.
Oh, yikes. Okay, I get that.
But it works out good.
Well, since we're talking about the household, tell me who's in the home. Any pets? Anything?
No,
You told me about the husband.
My husband's my pet. He's my only pet.
Gotcha. What do you do for fun? Hobbies, recreation?
I love to travel.
Okay.
However, in the last couple of 3 years, we haven't done much.
Yeah.
That was one good thing about working at Verity Stream, where we could
You
travel
had the
a lot.
ability to travel.
Yeah. In 2019, I don't know how many miles I put on my credit card and the points, but I want to use them again at some point. My goal is to get back to London.
Get back to London.
I love London.
Yeah. So lastly, I want to know a little known fact about Dwaina. Tell us something we don't know about you. I know you got something good.
I guess, speaking of the travel, I don't know how many people know this or not. I think some people might, but I did get to see the Queen at one point.
Oh, hail the Queen, really?
Yes. It wasn't close up, but
did you see her wave?
Yes, I saw her wave, and she waved as she went by.
Is it like that?
Yeah, we were over there and this is what got the bug in me wanting to go back. We were over there whenever my husband's class, he was what do you call it? Not an escort, but
not an escort.
A teacher whenever for one of his classes.
An instructor?
And it's
Yeah.
Chaperone. That's the word.
Okay,
I'm talking about.
not an escort.
Not an escort. He was a chaperone, and whenever we went to London, one of his best friends, actually his supervisor, was there, and she knew all about it, and she knew all the timing and everything. So we sat out in front of Buckingham Palace whenever she went to the opening of Parliament, and saw her and Prince Charles in the car go into the Westminster Abbey from Buckingham Palace, right in front of us.
Amazing.
Right on the front row.
Oh, I would love to experience that. That's a good story.
It was. We loved it.
That's a good story. Well, Dwaina, this has been awesome just to get a little bit of information to share with the teammates. I will be including Dwaina's email address at the end of the video, so feel free to reach out to her with any additional questions or to hear more about the Queen and what that experience was like. Dwaina, thank you so much for joining me today on Team Member Spotlight. It's been a pleasure.
Good to see you.
Good to see you as always. Thanks. Bye, team.